Massie is in the fight of his life, and this is tearing apart MAGA. One thing I absolutely know about Thomas Massie is this. I mean, they're kind of made a joke out of this, but I have seen the number for Ed is up to about 15 million. Now this says he's personally got 64,000 of donations, and then other expenditures have been around 15 million. But one thing I know about Thomas Massie is he wants small government. Like this is actually true. There's been so much negative press towards Thomas Massie, especially for this primary. I've heard that they've spent up to 30 million trying to get him out of this seat, to the point where the president is going to tweet about it. Horrible Congressman Thomas Massie puts out an old endorsement from many years ago of him, long before I found out that he was the worst congressman in the history of our country. I endorsed Ed, a true American patriot, which Massie knows full well, so the statement is that he put out is fraudulent, just like he is fraudulent. Withdraw your fake statement, Massie, right now, President Donald J. Trump. Now, this wonderful person, Mandy, asked, "Hey, Groth, if the U.S. Constitution was a person, which current representative would it be?" Very concise, just a name. Grok answered, Representative Thomas Massie. He consistently votes to uphold limited government, individual rights, constitutional constraints on federal power, often against both parties. Sorry about that. People really believe that Israel doesn't mess with our politics, but they spend 30 million on one Congress seat. And you can look up the people who are making the most donations to Ed, and it's people who are pro-Israel and want us to be involved in this war. And I've been following Massie for a couple years now because I learned he was anti-AIPAC money, and this is true. Whether you agree with him or not, he seems to be very America first. He doesn't want to be in war in the Middle East. He doesn't want a lot of control, a lot of this large government, a lot of devaluing the dollar and devaluing the working American. And for some reason, people dislike him for that. And I think the main reason is just because of propaganda trying to push him away from everything he's ever stood for. You even have people like Steve-O, who is very MAGA, saying, "We support Thomas Massie for Kentucky and demand the release of the Epstein files." Oh, and one other thing I have to say about Massie is he is pushing for the Epstein files. He is the guy pushing the hardest for the Epstein files to be released. I think that's a huge reason Trump doesn't want him involved. And this is a very true statement. Wants Epstein's friends in handcuffs, funded by Epstein's friends. That's all you need to know. Now, this page tells us that 40%, there's still 63,000 votes in, and we're about 9% off. But again, the bottom line is that this is splitting up MAGA. And no matter what happens, hopefully this allows people to kind of open their eyes a bit and see what's going on in our country and see how money and lobbying is influencing even small elections.